I have a plan. Do you have a plan? I've been watching your videos, but I haven't had time to make mine. So I wanted to say hello and to introduce you to my Triathlon Diary videos, which I'm starting today. And I'll go over a little bit about what I am doing. I actually started my triathlon training officially the last week in December. So I'm actually on week number 2 of my training plan. So what I'd like to do in this video is talk about the races that I'm training for, the training plan that I'm using, and how I plan to move forward throughout this training period. And as always, I would love to hear from any of you out there that have any tips for me or any questions that you might have about what I'm doing. So first off, I wanted to let you know that the training plan that I'm following for my triathlon training is a book that you can get at any bookstore. It's called The Essential Week by Week Training Guide by Matt Fitzgerald. And the nice thing about this book is it has training plans for sprint triathlons, Olympic distance, half Ironman, and Ironman. So depending on what types of races you're signing up for, there's a plan in here for everyone. And the other great thing about it is that it has different levels of training. So you can start off at level 1 if you're new to triathlon, and then it goes all the way up to a level 7 is the highest level of training. And that is carried throughout the book. So whether you're starting with a sprint distance triathlon all the way up to Ironman, there's different levels of training. And what I mean by different levels of training, it really, there's not huge differences in the distances and the time and effort that you're putting out, but most of it has to do with how long each training session is. Or how many sets that you're doing of whatever type of workout. So that's the basic principle of this book. It is a little time consuming to use this book, I will say, and if you check out my blog, I did talk a little bit more about how the book is set up, but basically there's training every day of the week, 6 days a week, and 3 days of the week you're doing multiple workouts. So for me, on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, I will be biking, and then on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, I will be swimming and running. There's a little bit of variation from week to week as you get into starting to do more brick workouts, but for overall, you're going between 3 workouts per swimming, biking, and running. And again, it does change up a little bit throughout it. It starts off with basically a base training, and then you're building your training, and there's always a recovery week. So you train for about 3 weeks, then there's a recovery week where you are not training as much, you're resting more, and then it builds back up again. So for me, I'm doing the half Ironman training, and that's a 20-week training program. So I started the last week in December, and I'm aiming for peaking for a race in May, which is May 16th. It's the Florida 70.3 half Ironman race. So that is the training that I'm focusing on right now. And throughout this training, some of the questions that I have actually are how to incorporate some of the winter sports that I like to do, such as snowshoeing, downhill skiing, and skate skiing, into my training. Since I'm working out 6 days a week, often multiple workouts per day, it's really difficult to try and incorporate some of that winter training in here. So I'm hoping to meet with a coach at the gym that I go to kind of discuss how to incorporate winter training and skiing, things that I really enjoy doing, into this training. So if anyone has any tips for me, I would love to hear them. The other thing that I'm also doing is I bought this Triathlete training diary, and you know, I've got a lot of gadgets. I use a heart rate monitor, a polar heart rate monitor. I also have a Garmin that I can use for training, but there's something old school in me that really wants to just use paper and a pen and write down and track my progress. So that's what I'm doing right now. I may switch at some point to using more downloadable programs, but for now, this is really what I'm working on. So if you can see this, it goes through each week. This is week 8. This is a recovery week, actually. And I have all the codes listed for all the workouts that I need to do. And I went through and I did this for the entire 20-week program. So I think that's going to make it a lot easier for me. And actually, it's worked out quite well so far. If I just use this book, there's really a lot of different workouts in here. Some of the examples are hill bike workouts, lactate intervals on the bikes, fartlek swims, both in swimming and in running. And there's just a lot of different types of workouts in this book. And so he uses codes that correspond to how many sets you're going to be doing or how long you're going to be running or biking. And what I've done is I've put the sets in my training diary, but then I also deciphered them so that I could tell exactly what that workout meant. So that's how I'm going through and putting it. There's also a place on here to record your nutrition. So that's what I'm doing. There's a space for nutrition, for notes. You can circle if you're doing a swim, bike, or run workout, your distances, times, average heart rate, rates, and really anything that you're tracking during your training. So I'm finding this book quite helpful. Again, I got this at a local bookstore, really inexpensive, and it seems to be a great way to track my progress. So that is my plan in a nutshell. I'm also signed up to do a half Ironman, a 70.3 race in Boulder, Colorado, and that race is in early August. So once I complete this race, that's going to be the next main race that I'll be focusing on. I do plan on doing an Olympic and a sprint distance mixed into my training throughout this 20-week progress. Because of the timing of when I should be doing that and where I live, there's not any official triathlons coming up. I may be able to find an indoor race. But my plan is to do some winter training and winter races to try and get me in gear for the regular triathlon. So that is really what I'm working and focusing on right now. So I'd love to hear from any of you that are also ramping up and doing your triathlon training and what types of races you're working on. And also for this channel, I plan on doing some gear reviews. I did get some new gear for Christmas. So I got some bike booty covers and I got a new tri bag that I really like. So I plan on showing all that stuff to you, all that gear, and reviewing it. And I also plan on doing weekly updates with my training plan, letting you know what my progress has been. And I will tell you, for this first week and a half, I feel amazing. This is the most that I've worked out in probably 10 years. And I can just immediately tell a difference in my mood, how I feel. I'm a much more positive person when I'm working out. And when I say working out, I don't mean going to the gym 3 times a week and getting on a treadmill and walking at 4.0. That's really kind of what I was doing before. And I've realized, following this plan, that by doing interval training and hill training and really mixing it up, that's how you're really going to get your progress moving and to get yourself in much better shape using workouts like that and not falling into that trap of doing the same workout day in and day out. So anyway, that's it for now. Check out my blog. I update that weekly and I talk in a little bit more detail about what I'm doing. And I'd love to hear from any of you out there. So take care and have a fabulous week. I'll talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.